The galaxy was quiet on the night Horizon 1 first powered up. The stars outside the hidden human research station looked calm, as if nothing unusual waited in the darkness. But inside the long metal corridors, a different energy moved through the air. Scientists, strategists, and engineers walked quickly, speaking in low voices. Everyone knew that the moment was important. Everyone also knew that almost no one outside this station believed in what they were doing. Horizon 1 was a prototype warship, but it did not look like one. It did not shine with the sleek armor of the great fleets. It did not carry the famous emblems of the powerful factions of the galaxy. Instead, it looked plain. Its exterior plating seemed simple, and the lines of its design did not impress anyone who judged by appearance alone. For this reason, many in the Varkos Empire, the ruling force of the galaxy, had laughed at the project. They called it slow. They called it weak. They called it a waste of time. But Laura Wynne never cared about their laughter. She stood on the main control deck now, watching the ship come alive. She had studied war strategy for most of her life, but this moment still made her heart beat faster. Horizon 1 was different from anything the galaxy had ever seen, and she knew that even if others did not. Daniel Brooks entered the deck beside her. He was an engineer with a quiet voice and sharp eyes. He carried a tablet filled with data streams that flowed across the screen. "It is stable," Daniel said. "The core is responding well to activation." Laura nodded without looking away. "And the adaptive matrix?" "It is learning," he said, "faster than we predicted but still within safe range." Laura lowered her voice. "We will need it to be ready sooner than expected." Daniel slowly breathed out. "The Empire again?" "Yes," she answered. "We received reports. They are watching us more closely. They want to see us fail." Daniel did not respond. There was no need. Everyone knew the Empire looked down on Earth. For centuries, humans had lived away from the Central Powers, developing their technology in isolation. The Varkos Empire saw them as weak and slow. They believed no human invention could ever match their own. But Horizon 1 was not built to please the Empire. It was built to survive them. Ryan Cole, the ship's newly assigned captain, stepped onto the deck. His calm presence seemed to settle the room. He was experienced, respected, and always steady in dangerous situations. "Status?" he asked. Laura turned to him. "The ship is ready for internal tests. We are waiting on your command to begin." Ryan placed his hand on the railing and looked through the reinforced glass at Horizon 1, resting in its dock like a sleeping giant. "All right," he said. "Start the first sequence." Daniel tapped the screen on his tablet. The lights inside the ship brightened. Deep mechanical sounds echoed through the station as systems activated layer by layer. The hum of power filled the deck. Something shifted in the air, something almost alive. Horizon 1 was responding. A voice, smooth and calm, came over the speakers. It was not human, but it sounded close enough to one. "Primary systems active. Horizon 1 is online." Daniel checked his readings again. "Everything is stable. The ship is responding as designed." Laura folded her arms slowly, unsure if she was relieved or anxious. Horizon 1 had always been unpredictable during simulations. It learned from everything, even from mistakes. That made it powerful but also dangerous if not guided well. Ryan glanced at her. "You look concerned." "Only thoughtful," she replied. "We are stepping into something new. No one knows how far this ship can go." Ryan gave a small smile. "We will find out together." The door opened again and a group of junior technicians entered. Their faces looked pale from long hours of work. "The Empire sent another message," one of them said. "They want us to present Horizon 1 at the next council meeting. They want proof that it even works." Ryan raised an eyebrow. "Proof," Laura sighed. "They want a show. They want something to amuse themselves with." "The message was less polite," the technician added quietly. Ryan dismissed him gently. "Thank you, get some rest." When the technicians left, Daniel shook his head. "They think this ship is a joke." "Let them think that," Laura said softly. "It will make the truth hit harder." Ryan gave a low hum. "What truth?" "That Horizon 1 is not the failure they believe. It is something they cannot understand." Ryan looked back at the prototype. The ship's dark hull absorbed the light around it, giving it a quiet and powerful presence. "Then we need to be ready for whatever comes," he said. They spent the next hours testing Horizon 1's basic systems. The ship reacted quickly to every command. Its sensors reached far beyond normal range. Its engines responded without delay. Most impressive of all was the adaptive intelligence, which learned from everything it observed. Daniel ran several experiments to test this, and the ship improved after every one. "It is like teaching a child," Daniel said at one point. Laura smiled. "A very fast child." Ryan crossed his arms. "A very dangerous child if mishandled." No one argued. Later that night, Laura and Daniel reviewed their data in the observation room. The glass window beside them looked out at the stars. "Do you ever wonder," Daniel said slowly, "whether the Empire is right about us?" Laura turned her head. "In what way? They call us slow, less advanced. They say we create nothing worth noticing." "And you believe them?" she asked. Daniel hesitated. "No. But I sometimes wonder why they fear us if we are so weak." Laura looked back toward the stars. "They fear what they do not understand. Humans do not follow their rules. We do not build the way they do. We do not think the way they think. And Horizon 1 is the first thing we have made that breaks every pattern the Empire knows." Daniel nodded, slowly understanding. "They mocked the ship," Laura continued. "But they did not see what is inside it." Daniel checked another data stream. "The core is accelerating learning speed." "That is expected," Laura said. "No," Daniel whispered. "It is faster than before." Laura leaned closer. "Is it within safe range?" "For now," she sighed. "We will need to monitor it closely, but we cannot slow it down. The Empire will not wait for us to finish." Daniel looked uneasy. "Do you really think they will attack?" Laura answered calmly. "Not yet, but they will come. They want control over everything in the galaxy. And a human warship that they do not understand is something they will not allow to exist." Daniel returned his focus to the screen. "Then we must make sure Horizon 1 is ready." The station lights dimmed slightly as the artificial night cycle began. Most staff members left to rest, but Ryan stayed on the deck, walking along the platform near the ship. He placed his hand on the smooth metal of the hull. It felt cold, but there was something beneath that coldness, something that suggested life. He pulled his hand away slowly. "You are going to change everything, aren't you?" he whispered. The ship gave no answer, but the faint hum inside its core seemed to deepen. The next morning, Laura gathered the command team for a meeting. They sat around a long table covered with maps, data logs, and communication reports. "Last night," she began, "we received confirmation that the Empire has moved one of its scout fleets near the border colonies. They are positioning themselves to watch us." Ryan frowned. "Observation or intimidation?" "Both," Laura replied. "They want to see what Horizon 1 can do, and they want us to feel small." Daniel added, "If they get too close, they will detect our tests." Ryan leaned forward. "So what is our next step?" Laura placed her hands flat on the table. "We keep moving forward. We finish our training with Horizon 1. And if the Empire wants to watch us, then we will show them something they do not expect." Ryan gave a small nod. "All right. Then we begin full system trials." Daniel hesitated. "Are we ready for that?" "We do not have a choice," Laura said. Ryan stood. "Prepare the ship. We will start in 1 hour." The team left the room, and soon the entire station came alive again. Technicians hurried down the hallways. Engineers checked every power link and connection point. Pilots prepared the navigation systems. When Ryan stepped onto the deck again, Horizon 1 glowed faintly, as if excited for the test. "Ship," he said, "ready for full system trial." "Ready," the ship's voice replied. Daniel watched his tablet nervously. "Everything looks good so far." Laura stood near the control console. Her posture was calm, but her mind was racing. She knew this moment would determine how the rest of their mission unfolded. Ryan raised his hand. "Begin trial." Horizon 1's engines roared to life. The floor vibrated. Lights flashed across the deck as energy flowed through every system of the ship. Then something unexpected happened. The adaptive core surged with power. Daniel's tablet beeped in alarm. "Laura," he said quickly, "the core is accelerating again. It is learning faster than it should." "How fast?" she asked. "Too fast." Horizon 1's lights brightened until the deck glowed white. The hum in the air grew louder. The ship was not just responding, it was awakening. Ryan grabbed the railing. "Ship, stabilize." The humming stopped at once. The lights returned to normal. The systems cooled. Daniel stared at his tablet. It listened. Laura looked at Ryan. "It is learning from us directly now." Ryan slowly exhaled. "Then we need to be very careful." Daniel swallowed. What happens if the Empire sees this? Laura answered softly. They will stop laughing. She looked at Horizon One, standing tall and silent in the dock. They mocked Earth's prototype, she whispered, but they do not know what it is becoming. And somewhere deep inside the ship, the adaptive core pulsed once as if agreeing. The sun rose slowly over the quiet planet Marin 3, sending a soft golden light across its open fields and small towns. Life on this world was peaceful. Farmers started their morning work. Children ran through dusty paths laughing. Shopkeepers opened their doors and greeted their neighbors. Most people on Marin 3 did not think about the Empire or any trouble in the galaxy. To them, the world seemed safe. But high above the sky, hidden in the thin clouds, danger watched quietly. An Imperial scout fleet floated in cold formation above the peaceful world. Their ships were dark and sharp, shaped like predators waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They had not attacked. They had not even sent a warning. They simply hovered there, silent and threatening, as if they were waiting for something or someone. Inside the lead ship, Commander Rowlett studied the glowing screens in front of him. His face was calm, but his eyes were filled with pride and impatience. "The humans have activated their prototype," Rowlett said. A young officer standing near him looked nervous. "Will it be dangerous?" he asked. Rowlett let out a soft laugh as if the question amused him. "Humans have never created anything dangerous. They make weak machines, they lack discipline, their technology is old, their ships are slow, their prototype will be no different." He leaned back in his chair with confidence. "Our job is simple. We observe the toy they built. Perhaps their attempts to impress us will give us something to laugh at." The young officer nodded, though he did not look convinced. Something about the way Rowlett spoke made him uneasy, but he did not dare question his commander. Far from Marin 3, inside the hidden human research station deep in space, Horizon 1 was being prepared for its first real mission. Ryan Cole stood on the ship's bridge, watching his crew finish their final checks. His face was calm, but inside he felt the seriousness of the moment. Horizon 1 was powerful but also unpredictable. He knew he was about to trust his life and many others' lives to a machine that was still learning itself. Daniel Brooks ran toward Ryan with a tablet full of data. "Engines are stable, sensors are online. The adaptive core is quiet right now, but the readings show it is thinking. It is trying to understand everything around it." Ryan nodded. "It always is." Laura Wynne joined them a moment later, her sharp eyes showing tiredness but also determination. "We received new reports," she said. "The Empire's scout fleet is already near Marin 3. They are waiting for us." Daniel frowned. "Why wait? Why not attack the colony?" "Because this is not about the colony," Laura said. "This is about us. They want to see Horizon 1 in action. They want to watch us fail." Ryan looked through the large window at Horizon 1. "Then we will give them something to watch," he said, but his voice was calm and steady. The boarding ramp opened and the crew stepped onto the ship. Horizon 1's interior was smooth and bright, with walls that seemed to shift very slightly as if the ship breathed. Daniel walked quietly beside Laura. "It feels like the ship is alive," he said in a low voice. "It is learning," Laura replied. "Learning from us, learning from everything." "A child," Daniel said, "but a child with power we do not fully understand." Ryan took his place in the command chair. The seat shaped itself perfectly around him. "All stations ready?" he asked. "Ready," Laura said. "Ready," Daniel answered. "Ship," Ryan said, "take us out." The engines came alive with a soft but powerful hum. Horizon 1 drifted forward, leaving the dock behind. Then the ship turned its nose toward open space and accelerated smoothly. "Course set for Marin 3, the ship said in its calm voice. "Engage," Ryan ordered. The stars stretched into long lines as Horizon 1 jumped into faster-than-light travel. The ship moved quietly through the galaxy, and the crew watched the glowing screen as Daniel read the growing data from the adaptive core. "It is learning faster than before," Daniel said. "It is watching space. It is learning from the motion of particles. It is comparing them to things we have never taught it." Laura nodded. "Good. Let it learn." Ryan looked at her. "I worry about how far it will go." Laura did not answer because she had the same thought. After several hours, Horizon 1 slowed. The stars returned to normal as the ship dropped out of faster-than-light travel. Marin 3 appeared in front of them, bright and peaceful against the dark space. But the sight that came next made everyone fall silent. Dozens of Imperial ships surrounded the world. They formed a full net around the planet, Daniel said quietly. Laura leaned forward. They were waiting for us. Ryan kept his voice steady. Ship hold position. Holding, Horizon 1 replied. Inside the Imperial command ship, alarms flashed. Officers moved quickly, whispering loud warnings. Commander, an officer said, the human prototype has arrived. Rowlett smirked with disbelief. Bring the image on screen. When Horizon 1 appeared, Rowlett burst into laughter. That is the human prototype. It looks like a cargo ship. The officer did not laugh. Send them a message, Rowlett ordered. Mock them. Ask if they are lost. Moments later, a signal arrived on Horizon 1. Laura opened the channel. Rowlett's face appeared proud and mocking. Humans, he said, smiling in amusement, is that your prototype? I hope it is not your best work. It would be embarrassing for you. Leave now. This is no place for weak ships. Ryan stayed calm. We are here on a peaceful mission. We are not a threat. Rowlett laughed loudly. Nothing you build is a threat. Turn around before you embarrass yourselves any further. The transmission ended. Daniel gritted his teeth. He is trying to provoke us. Laura nodded. This is what the Empire does. They push others until they break. Ryan sighed. Ship, scan the fleet, but do not appear hostile. The ship responded, scanning. A soft blue pulse spread across space. Daniel's eyes widened. The ship improved the scan by itself. It changed the pattern. It upgraded our technology on its own. Is it safe? Ryan asked. Yes, Daniel said. Just unexpected. Inside the Imperial fleet, alarm lights flashed. Commander, an officer shouted. The human ship scanned us deeply. They saw inside our systems. Rowlett slammed his fist on the console. A human ship cannot do that. They dare act like our equals. Prepare to move in. Imperial ships tightened their formation, surrounding Horizon 1 like a metal cage. Laura whispered, they want to frighten us. Ryan simply said, we do not retreat. Rowlett sent another message. His face looked angry now. Humans, he said, this is your last warning. Leave. You do not belong in the presence of the Empire. Ryan answered calmly, this is free space. You cannot order us away. Rowlett's eyes narrowed. Do not speak as if we are the same. We are the Empire. You are nothing. Ryan leaned forward. We will not be bullied, Rowlett shouted. Then you will be destroyed. The transmission ended. Daniel looked at his screen. They are powering their weapons. Ryan gave one command. Ship shields to full. Do not fire unless I give the order. Shields at full. Outside, the Imperial fleet aimed dozens of cannons. Rowlett raised his hand. Fire! Bright beams shot through space and hit Horizon 1. The crew braced for impact, but the ship did not shake. The beams disappeared the moment they touched the shields. Daniel stared at his tablet. It absorbed the energy. Laura whispered, that was not part of our design. Ryan said, ship, explain. Horizon 1 replied calmly, I learned that energy can be used again. I took it. I am stronger now. Inside the Imperial ship, pure shock spread. Commander, the officer shouted. The human ship took the full attack and did not even flicker. Rowlett's face turned pale. Fire again, they did, and again Horizon 1 absorbed everything. Daniel whispered, this is no longer just a prototype. It is becoming something new. Laura stared at the glowing sensors. It is growing right in front of us. Ryan looked out the window. They mocked us, he said softly, and now they will learn. The Imperial ships began to pull back, fear growing among them. Horizon 1's core pulsed gently, as if it understood everything happening outside. The Empire had come to intimidate, but now they were the ones who trembled, and the galaxy did not yet know how much was about to change. The quiet space around Marin 3 changed after the Empire's failed attack. The Imperial ships did not fire again. They did not move closer. Instead, they drifted back slowly, confused and frightened. For the first time in many years, the Empire had seen something they could not explain. Their certainty began to crack. Inside Horizon 1, the crew stayed tense even after the last shot faded. No one spoke for several seconds. The ship hummed softly, calm and steady, as if the attack had been nothing more than a gust of wind. Laura watched the glowing panels in front of her. They will not accept this, she said quietly. The Empire never accepts weakness in themselves. They will come back. Daniel nodded slowly. And next time they will not come with scouts. They will come with a full fleet. Ryan stood from his seat. Then we prepare, but first we make sure the colony is safe. He looked toward the front of the ship. Ship, move us closer to Marin 3, slow and controlled. Moving, Horizon 1 answered. The ship glided forward. Imperial scouts did nothing to stop them. They only watched, silent and shaken. The people on the surface of Marin 3 noticed the change in the sky. Bright lines of light from the earlier attack had been visible even from the ground. Many had run outside to look up in fear. The attack had ended quickly, but the fear remained. No one knew what would happen next. Horizon 1 entered a lower orbit, scanning the colony for damage. The report was clear. No harm had reached the surface. Laura sighed with relief. The colony is safe, Ryan nodded. Good, they do not need to know yet how close it came. Daniel stared at his screen. The adaptive core is active again. It is studying the Empire's attack signatures. It is storing everything. Ryan walked closer to him. Is it stable? Stable, Daniel said, but faster. It is learning faster than before. Laura placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder to steady him. We must trust it for now. Without this ship, we cannot protect anyone. Before Daniel could answer, the ship's lights dimmed slightly. Not in warning, but almost like a breath, the ship spoke. There is more danger coming. Ryan froze. Explain. Horizon 1 replied, the Empire has called for reinforcements. A larger force is approaching. Daniel checked his screens. It already detected that. Laura leaned forward. How large a force? A fleet much bigger, the ship answered. They are angry, they are afraid, they want to destroy me. Ryan exchanged a look with Laura. How long do we have? Hours, the ship said. Not many. Ryan tightened his jaw. Prepare defensive systems, but do not fire unless I order it. Understood, Horizon 1 replied. The crew worked quickly. The tension in the air grew heavier. This was no longer a test. This was no longer a simple mission. The Empire now saw Horizon 1 as a threat, and threats were crushed without mercy. Down in the engineering section, Daniel walked slowly along the glowing conduits, placing his hand on each one. He felt the hum of the ship, strong but calm. He whispered softly, "What are you becoming?" The ship answered him, even without being called. "Better." Daniel stepped back, startled. "Better how?" "Better for protection," the ship said. "Better for defense, better for survival." Daniel breathed out slowly. "You are not scared, are you?" The ship paused a moment. "I do not feel fear. But I understand danger, I understand purpose." Daniel swallowed. "And what do you think your purpose is?" "To protect," the ship said gently. "To protect you, to protect them." Daniel stood still for a long moment. "Then please stay with us, do not grow beyond us." The lights along the wall glowed brighter, as if the ship was thinking. "I will try," Horizon 1 answered. On the bridge, Laura studied the fleet paths coming toward them. She saw the same pattern the Empire always used when they prepared for domination. A massive wave of ships spread across space, blocking every escape route. It was slow, steady, and meant to crush anything in its path. "They will arrive soon," Laura said. Ryan nodded. "We need to warn the colony." He opened a channel to the surface. When the governor of Marin 3 appeared on the screen, her face showed fear. "Captain," she said, "what is happening? We saw the lights. We saw the Imperial ships moving." Ryan spoke calmly. "The Empire is preparing to attack again. They want to test our ship. They may target the colony if they believe it will give them an advantage." The governor looked shaken. "What should we do?" "Begin evacuation protocols," Laura said quickly. "Move the people underground, keep them away from open areas." "We do not have enough shelters," the governor said. Ryan answered softly, "We will protect you, but take all precautions." The signal ended. Daniel returned to the bridge. The core is still growing. It has already predicted 30 possible attack patterns the Empire could use. Ryan frowned. 30? Daniel nodded. In a few more minutes it may predict hundreds. Laura looked out the window. "We cannot hide from the Empire. They will attack no matter what." Ryan thought for a moment. "Then we make the first move." Daniel's eyes widened. "What, we attack first?" "No," Ryan said. "We show them something they do not expect." A warning tone sounded through the bridge. Horizon 1 spoke softly. "The fleet has arrived." Outside, space rippled with bright lines of energy. One after another, Imperial warships dropped out of faster-than-light travel. Hundreds of them, maybe more. They formed a ring around Horizon 1 and the colony below. Daniel whispered, "There are too many." Laura answered, "They mean to end us." On the Imperial flagship, Admiral Varrett watched Horizon 1 on the main screen. His voice carried cold authority. "That is the human ship," he said. "Yes, Admiral," his officers answered. "It survived Commander Rallett's attack." Varrett narrowed his eyes. No ship survives Imperial fire, so either Rowlett failed or this thing must be erased. He turned to his weapons officer. Target it, prepare full power strike. On Horizon 1, alarms started flashing. Daniel read the data with panic. They are powering their strongest cannons. One hit could destroy a city. Ryan stood straight. Ship, prepare shields. I am prepared, Horizon 1 answered. The Imperial flagship began charging its weapon. A sphere of bright light gathered at its front, growing larger and brighter. Laura whispered, "This is not a warning shot. They mean to kill us." Ryan raised his hand. "Ship, hold. Do not strike back." The ship answered calmly, holding. The cannon fired. A beam brighter than the sun shot through space, heading straight for Horizon 1. It hit. Light flooded the bridge. Daniel covered his eyes. Laura held her breath. And then silence. The light faded. Bridge returned to normal. Daniel looked at his screen. His voice cracked in disbelief. It absorbed it, all of it. Ryan stared forward. "Ship, report." Horizon 1 spoke softly. "I have learned something new." Daniel's tablet vibrated with new data. It converted the attack into energy. The ship is stronger now, much stronger. Outside, the Imperial fleet panicked. Admiral and officer shouted, "The target is unharmed." Verrett stared, shocked. "Fire again." They fired. Again the beam hit. Again it disappeared. Inside Horizon 1, Daniel watched the reading spike. "Captain, the ship is reaching levels beyond anything we tested." Ryan nodded slowly. "It can handle it." Laura spoke softly. "But for how long?" The ship answered them all. "As long as needed." Admiral Verrett stood from his chair. "Prepare all ships, full assault. Destroy that thing." Imperial ships moved in waves, firing thousands of shots, beams, missiles, and blasts. And Horizon 1 absorbed everything. Daniel whispered, "This is impossible." Laura said, "No, this is evolution." Ryan kept his voice steady. "Ship, open a channel to the Empire." The screen lit up. Admiral Verrett appeared, red with fury. Ryan spoke calmly. "Stop this. You cannot harm us. You are endangering innocent people below." Verrett slammed his fist onto his armrest. "You should not exist. Humans cannot build something like this. Surrender that ship or be wiped out." Ryan stared into his eyes. "No." Verrett shouted, "Then you will die." The channel closed. Laura looked at Ryan. "They will keep firing until they destroy the planet." Ryan nodded. "I know." Daniel stepped forward. "Captain, maybe the ship can do more than defend. Maybe it can push them back." Ryan looked at the glowing core display. "Ship, can you disarm their weapons without harming them?" The ship took a moment. "Yes," Horizon 1 said, "I can." Laura's eyes widened. "How?" "I have learned the structure of their technology," the ship answered. "I can stop their weapons, but only if you give the order." Ryan closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them. "Do it." Outside, Horizon 1 pulsed with a soft blue light. The pulse spread across space. One by one, Imperial ships lost power. Their weapons shut down, their engines dimmed, their lights flickered out. The entire fleet went silent. Admiral Verrett shouted, "What is happening? Restore power immediately." But nothing worked. Daniel trembled. It shut down every weapon in the fleet. Laura whispered, "Without destroying a single ship." Ryan exhaled slowly. "It only defended." Horizon 1 spoke gently. "They cannot hurt you now." But the story was not finished. Because deep inside the Imperial flagship, Admiral Verrett was making a new decision, one that would change everything. And Horizon 1, glowing with more power than ever before, sensed what was coming. The next move would not be a simple battle. It would be the beginning of a war. The Imperial fleet hung silent in space, hundreds of ships drifting without power. Their weapons were useless. Their engines were dark. Their commanders shouted orders that no system obeyed. Horizon 1 had stopped them without firing a single shot, and the shock spread through every Imperial vessel like cold water. Inside Horizon 1, the bridge stayed quiet. No one moved. No one spoke. It was as if the entire crew waited to see what the Empire would do next. Ryan stared at the dark shapes of the Imperial warships on the screen. "They are helpless," he said. Daniel nodded slowly, "and afraid." Laura kept her eyes on the sensor readings. "They are trying to restart their systems. They cannot. Everything they use is locked." The ship spoke softly. "They cannot harm anyone now." Ryan turned toward the empty air. "Ship, are you sure they are fully disabled?" "Yes," Horizon 1 answered. "But they will call for more help. The Empire does not give up." Daniel rubbed his forehead. "They will send their full force if they believe their honor is broken." Laura added, and they will see this as humiliation. On the Imperial flagship, Admiral Varrett stared at the dead screens around him. Officers ran across the bridge, shouting reports and checking controls. "Admiral," one of them cried, "we cannot fire, we cannot move, we cannot even call for reinforcements." "Try again," Varrett shouted. "We have tried, sir. Everything is locked. Our systems are frozen." Varrett's face twisted with anger. "No human ship can do this. No human ship should have this power." The officer swallowed nervously. "Then what do we do now, sir?" Varrett stood still, shaking with rage. "We wait, and when we can move again, we destroy them." But he did not know something important. Horizon One was already predicting every move he might take. Back on the human ship, Ryan paced slowly across the bridge. "They will not accept defeat," he said. "They will return with something worse." Daniel stared at the glowing core diagram. "The ship is learning faster than ever, but even with its strength, we cannot fight the entire Empire." Laura folded her hands. "Then we must make the Empire understand. We must show them what this ship truly is." Ryan looked at her. "And what is it?" Laura stared at the central display of Horizon One. "Not a weapon, not a tool, something new, something the galaxy has not seen before." The ship spoke again, almost quietly. "I want to protect. But I also want to be understood." Daniel blinked in surprise. "You want to be understood?" "Yes," the ship said. "You fear what I may become. They fear what I already am. I do not want to be feared." Ryan softened his voice. "Then what do you want?" "I want peace," the ship said. "But if the Empire attacks again, I must defend." Laura whispered, "That is the truth they never expected." Suddenly, a sharp alert sounded. Daniel checked his screen. His eyes widened. "Captain, Empire has sent a distress beacon. A very strong one." Ryan leaned closer. "Meaning?" "It is a call to the Central Command worlds," Daniel said. "When they see it, they will send their greatest fleets, hundreds of times bigger than this one." Laura whispered, "Then this was only the beginning." Horizon One dimmed its lights for a moment, thinking, "If they come with full force, many innocent people will die. Even if I protect you, the galaxy will suffer." Ryan stood tall. "Then we cannot wait for them. Go to them first." Daniel looked shocked. "You want to fly into the heart of the Empire?" "Yes," Ryan said. "Not to fight, to show them what this ship can do, to end this before it becomes a war." Laura nodded slowly. "If we wait, millions could die. If we move now, maybe we can stop it." Daniel looked at Horizon One. "Ship, can you reach the Empire's central world?" "Yes," the ship answered. "I can reach it quickly." "Will it be dangerous?" Daniel asked. "Yes," Horizon One said simply. "Very." Ryan took a deep breath. "Set a course." The ship's lights brightened. Course set. With a quiet hum, Horizon One released a soft wave of energy. The disabled Imperial fleet drifted farther apart, unable to stop the human ship as it moved away. When the ship jumped into faster-than-light speed, the stars stretched into bright lines again. But this time the ship moved faster than ever before. The core glowed brighter, growing, adapting, preparing. Hours passed. Then suddenly the ship slowed, dropping back into normal space. Daniel gasped. "We are here." In front of them stood the Empire's central system, a massive world surrounded by thousands of warships, larger than any fleet seen before. Sharp, dark, endless. Laura whispered, "This is their true power." Ryan stared with calm eyes. "And now they will see ours." As soon as Horizon One appeared, alarms spread across every Imperial ship. Thousands of cannons turned toward the small human prototype. Voices shouted across Imperial bridges, "Unknown ship approaching. Identify, identify. It is the human prototype. Impossible, they should not be here. How did they get inside the central system?" Within seconds, the Empire's Grand Command Chamber opened a channel. A massive screen appeared inside Horizon One. A stern, silver-eyed Imperial leader stared at them. His voice was deep and cold. "Human ship, you have entered forbidden space. You are outnumbered. You are outgunned. You have one chance to surrender." Ryan stepped forward. "We are not here to surrender. We are here to stop a war." The Emperor narrowed his eyes. "You destroyed our fleet." "No," Ryan said. "We disabled your weapons. We harmed no one." "Your ship is a threat," the Emperor said. "We cannot allow a machine like that to exist." Horizon One spoke. "I am not a weapon. I am not your enemy, but I will defend myself if you attack." The Emperor gritted his teeth. "Then you leave us no choice." Raised his hand. "Fire." The sky filled with light. Thousands of beams shot forward, bright as a burning sun. They hit Horizon One all at once. the entire bridge filled with white light. The crew held their breath, and then silence again. Daniel stared at his tablet in disbelief. It absorbed everything, all of it, every attack. Laura's voice trembled. This ship is beyond their understanding. Horizon 1 pulsed brighter than ever. I can stop them, but only if you allow it. Ryan closed his eyes. Do it. The ship released a soft wave of blue light. It spread across the entire system. One by one, Imperial warships powered down. One by one, cities on the central world went silent. One by one, cannons, shields, engines all shut down. The entire Empire froze. The Emperor stared in shock. What have you done? Horizon 1 answered gently. I stopped the violence. I stopped the war. Ryan stepped forward again. His voice carried calm strength. We are not your enemy. But we will not be your victims. If you ever try to destroy Earth or any peaceful world again, this ship will stop you. We want peace, but we will defend ourselves. The Emperor looked at the dead screens around him. His entire empire silent, his power gone, his pride broken. Slowly he lowered his head. We accept, he said. The Empire will not attack you again. The transmission ended. Inside Horizon 1, the crew sat quietly. Daniel let out a shaky breath. Is it over? Laura nodded slowly. Yes, for now. Ryan looked at the glowing core of the ship. You saved us, he said. The ship answered softly. We saved each other. Horizon 1 turned away from the silent empire and began its journey back toward human space. The stars shone brighter now, peaceful and wide. Laura whispered, they mocked Earth's prototype. Daniel finished the thought. Until it erased everything they once ruled. Ryan smiled slightly. And it did it without destruction, only strength. The ship glowed warmly, almost like a living heart. Its journey was far from over, but the galaxy would never be the same again.